Hello, and on the gaming table today, just another update about the painting challenge. This is in reference to Will's challenge over at Big Battles Little Worlds. Just an update on the last couple of days of painting. So when I'd last left off, I had painted basically the bottom half. I'd painted the boots, trousers, and some of the belts, basically. So next was to get stuck into a few other pieces like the sword scabbards there, which were kind of in an English uniform kind of colour, and some of the fur, which was that colour, and also some grey. I also painted the shields, which you can't see so well here, but you'll see when I turn them around in a second. So here from the front, you can see the shields done and also the spear shafts and the spear heads. Now, the shields I did all in one colour brown, and I'll come back to those in a minute, and the spear shafts are again in a reddish brown here, and I had a plan here for what to do with the spear tips, the blades at the top. Now, this is probably one thing I'd change. I might change this colour for another set in the future. The brown is a little bit reddish brown for me, but for the next stage it worked out. So for the spear blades, basically what I did is I put a very watered down gunmetal grey over the top of this, and that kind of gives them a bit of a rusty look on that kind of reddish brown base coat. So those came out pretty well. I did similar on the shields at the front later. Here I've also done the metal armor, so things like helmets and pauldrons, and that was just the basic gunmetal grey. And then here you can see for those figures that still have hair, I did those as well. So what I did is I just alternated a very, very thin down yellow or a very, very thin down orange to give that kind of faded, wispy, dead looking hair. Here it's a little hard to see, but I did a very light dry brush with deck tan, a very neutral kind of colour. It just smooths out some edges a little bit. And then the very last stage was to go through with a very thin down ivory and do the skulls. So basically I did the skull top and back, and then the cheekbones, and maybe just kind of around the nose area or something like that. Just very carefully with a very pointed brush, just dot, 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 and you can get that kind of detail filled in okay. And if you compare with the previous picture, this makes the heads of the skeletons here stand out a lot more. It makes them look a lot more like skeletons. Okay, so these ones are now done as far as painting goes. I've just got to varnish them and then base them up, and they're good for the table. Now, this was really interesting for me. This was actually the fastest I've painted up 4 units of Warmaster ever. I printed these on Thursday, and now it's Monday night. So I got all of this done basically in 3.5 days. It was really, really quick by my standards, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So thank you, Will, for the challenge, because it encouraged me to have a go quickly, and I've actually picked up a couple of new ideas and developed my technique a little bit more. So that's nice. So thank you to Will. Anyway, I'll get these based up, and then we'll start on the next unit. So if you're interested, come back and see. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.